Hey, it's Matt again from The Rookie's Guide. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get your first landscaping clients using a free online method that you've likely heard of, but may not have had much success with it until now, of course. I'm talking about using Craigslist. Yes, that's right. The website that most landscape contractors say is full of cheapskates and tire kickers, when in reality, it can be a gold mine when used properly. There are two crucial parts that must be included in your Craigslist ad in order for it to work properly by driving prospective clients to your website, which I hope that you have, or to get them to call you. Let's get into the first important element, the general pricing of your services. You must have the minimum price for each service offered, as this will weed out the prospects that can't afford your services. These are things like mulch installation starting at $75 per yard, or rock installation starting at $100 per ton, or paver patios starting at $15 a square foot, retaining walls starting at $25 a square foot, and the list goes on. And now number two, listing the benefits to clients hiring your business to install a landscape on their property. Some benefits can include your company is very consistent with client communication for updating them on project completion. This is huge because clients want to know when the job will be getting done, and if there's any inclement weather, they want to know whether you and your crew will be coming out or not, and when the next day that you will be back, things like that. The next benefit is that dust will always be controlled, so clients don't have to worry about their home or their neighbors' homes getting dirty. This is very important, especially in higher end areas where people have extremely nice homes and they don't want them getting dirty from either dust from dirt or concrete dust from cutting pavers or retaining wall block. Concrete dust can be prevented by using a wet saw or a traditional concrete chop saw that has a water attachment. Next up is that the job site is cleaned up at the end of the day. You'd be surprised at how many landscape companies don't do this. There's dirt in the street or even bulk material such as mulch or rock left in the street overnight. Depending on the city that you live in, sometimes that's okay, sometimes that's not, but in my opinion it's very unprofessional to leave it in the street. Make sure all the tools are picked up, and if you're leaving wheelbarrows and shovels on site, put them in an organized pile in the backyard. Make sure there's no garbage left on the job site, things like that. Next, show them what their property will look like when your work is complete. This doesn't need to be a $30,000 project on a $1 million house. It can be just a typical residential home that's nicely landscaped, and this will work perfect because most of the time the people that are on Craigslist looking for landscaping are going to be middle class people. They don't have $1 million homes. They want to see what their house will look like, not what a $30 or $50 or $100,000 project will look like, because that's completely out of their budget. But if they're willing to spend $5,000 or even $10,000, and then your Craigslist advertising campaign has certainly paid for itself many times over. So let's get into creating your ad. Go to Post to Classifieds, Service Offered, Farm and Garden. You can also do small biz ads if you are looking to do that. Pick the county you're located in, and then you will want to enter in your contact information. For this, we'll just do quick phone number. Next, you will want to enter in a headline that will catch the reader's eye and make them want to click on it. So we'll do receive 10% off your landscaping project. Specific location, we'll do just the Northwest Metro, since we're going to be doing this as if it were my company. And one last thing with the name, you want to throw some scarcity in there to get people to really click on it and contact you as soon as possible. So let's put the date ending as special ends March 31st, since today is March 15th when this is being shot. And you can do this twice a month and just change the date for every single ad, or adjust this ad and then renew it, and it'll show back up in the listings. And then for the zip code, you'll want to enter in the largest city in your area that you are targeting for your customers. In this example, it'll be Minneapolis. Even though we are based in the Northwest Metro and would prefer to stay closer to town, this will allow us to expand our reach. So now we'll come over here to our written up ad. I would suggest writing it in a Word document or Pages document if you're on a Mac. That way, if your browser doesn't catch any spelling errors, you have all the spelling and grammar correct. So at the top, we'll want to do a HTML tag H2. This will be a heading, just make it a little bit bigger at the top. Craigslist special, take 10% off your landscaping project. And then I added 2 asterisks to that, and that is for down here on the bottom where we made it in a little bit smaller font. For project projects with a total cost of $500 or more, and you must contact us by March 31st with that scarcity. And we don't want to be doing landscape installations for $200 and then have people get discounts, because by the time you get a crew out there, do the work, you barely may have made any money. So at the top, instead of spending your weekends digging in the dirt, getting your project done, allow the professionals at MJW Landscape to complete your project. We offer a variety of landscaping services, and these prices include delivery and installation of the product. So now you want to get into your services, whether it's mulch, rock, retaining walls, patios, whichever services that your company offers. And then I always add and much more, so that way if people are thinking of doing something other than what's shown, they can contact you and you would still be able to offer them the service. And as you can see here, there's pricing for each service, whether it is mulch and price that by the cubic yard, or per ton for rock, per square foot for hardscapes, or just a project amount for the landscape renovations. Then what you want to do here for a little bit of coding is a list. This is a greater than, LI, and then less than, and then afterwards you do the same thing, but you put a / before the LI, and that will close out the list, and that way when it goes into the Craigslist ad, it'll be an elegant list and look a lot more professional. So then when you get down below here, we have another heading, and it says, you may be asking, why hire us? This is where you want to explain to your reader why your company is the best in the area, why you should hire us, things like that. And just like I had explained in the slides earlier, we're very consistent with client communications for updates on job progress. Dust will always be controlled, so you don't have to worry about your home or your neighbor's homes getting dirty. Job sites cleaned up at the end of the day. We always ensure the project looks and functions exactly how you, our client, wants it to be. If any part isn't done to your specifications and what we agreed upon, we do everything in our power to make sure it is. Contact us at our phone number or our website, and be sure to mention the Craigslist ad. And then down below here, we have that little disclaimer about the project cost, and then you must contact us by March 31st. And one thing I want to make a quick note about here, a lot of people in their ads with their businesses, whether it's landscaping, construction, really all industries, they'll say, we have 30 years experience or we have 10 years experience. And while that is certainly all fine and dandy, but everybody else is doing that. So you need to stand out from your competition in some way. And you can certainly add it to your ads if you want to. However, don't let that be the only thing that you use to make your business stand out. So many people will see it and they'll just click right by it instead of contacting your business. So now we have everything all written out. Let's copy it and then paste it into our ad. Now the next thing that you want to do is make sure that the show on maps is not clicked, because with landscaping, we travel to customers' properties and they generally don't come to us unless you have a design studio. So then you'll want to click continue. And then here you'll be able to see your ad, a draft of it. And one thing I forgot, if you want to make other parts of your ad stand out, such as the bullets here or here with these bullet points, you can go back and add a little bit more basic HTML code to make these bold or italicized or even underlined. And that's what I'm going to do with this one here real quick. So basically just do a B for bold, and then at the end you do a /B, and there you go there. And we'll leave the benefits just how they are. I'm going to make one quick change to our call to action right here. I'm going to say call us today in all caps, just so that people will see it easier. And that way it'll get them to call sooner than later, because they know that the special is not going to last forever, since it's going to end on the 31st in about 2 weeks. And so then we'll click continue and then edit images. And we'll add our images. And what we will want to do first is get our logo, because we want to have that as the featured image that will be seen first. Upload that. And then what you're going to want to do is throw in some pictures of, I like to throw in a little bit of before and after, so that way people will see what the project may look like now and then what it can look like after, as well as other projects just that look good. So we will do, see this before picture of a retaining wall, and then we'll do the after image here. And the nice thing is that we can upload up to 24 pictures, so there's plenty of room for images. So then once you have all your pictures uploaded, you'll click done with images. And then here is your completed ad. We have our headline here, logo, all of our pictures right here. And then our ad. So we go on through, then our call to action, our little disclaimer. And then we click publish to get the ad out and running. One thing you want to make sure that you do is check your account every 2-3 days so that you can renew the post so that it shows back up at the top of the listings. And you can also make some variations of different ads with different calls to actions, different content, different pictures, whatever it may be. And that way you can have more than one ad. And I would also recommend using a different email account for doing that. So that way you don't have too many ads running. Otherwise Craigslist could flag your account and ban you. And that's something that you definitely don't want. Alright, so in conclusion to this whole training, if you were to scroll through your area's Craigslist farm and garden or small biz ads and find other landscapers ads, I can almost guarantee their ads won't contain what I just listed out. Period. Now, it's time to get to work. It's free to advertise on there for the time being, so there is no excuse to not be using Craigslist. So if you are interested in getting more free training, such as what you just saw here, feel free to subscribe to us. Follow us on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. We are at The Rookie's Guide. You can also check us out at therookiesguide.com, where you can get a list of the 10 biggest mistakes that most new landscape business owners will make. And with that list, you can then get notified whenever new content becomes available for starting, operating, and growing a profitable outdoor service business. So with all that being said, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.